Okay, we're here at the Penny Arcade exhibition, which people are calling PAX. I've been walking around the show, I've been talking to people that were big fans of Dungeon Siege 1. Dungeon Siege 1 was a terrific game, and we worked very hard on it. But Dungeon Siege 2 wasn't just about GPG making a game that just got us excited. It's about getting our fans excited, about delivering on promises to them, to give them what they want. So it's critical that we look at them, watch them play, we listen to their feedback.
Looking forward to a nice, large environment, better monsters. Looking forward to the skill tree, more player customization.
Punch right on through, get a hold of me, we'll get you into the office for the playtest.
It makes me realize that, on DS1 we did focus heavy on technology, and we knew we needed technology to make the game work. But it's great to see the guys focusing on the story and on the combat, the skills system, the power system, all the systems that we really would have loved to have developed in the first game.
We've still got the same 4 types of characters that you had in DS1, melee, range, combat magic, and nature magic, so players of the first game will instantly kind of recognize that. But we've added a lot more depth within each of those characters. So on Dungeon Siege 2, we pretty much had a clean slate to be able to really get in there and kind of listen to fans and see what people wanted. The biggest things we wanted to do is we wanted to make the game more compelling. We wanted to give it a better story. The combat more engaged, so you had more choices and things to do. And
You're just gonna gloss on story just like that? I've been chained to my desk for 3 months to a spreadsheet. Just one
so Sarah's done a little bit of work on the story, I guess. It's important to find a good balance between story and gameplay. We wanted to make sure that there was plenty of action to whet the appetites of the gamer who just wants to get out there. But at the same time, we're making an RPG, so to stay true to what an RPG really means, a role-playing game, we wanted to provide a really good context for a story that players can really get into if they want to. So it's there for the players who really want to get into it.
Yeah, a lot of the time it starts with a quest idea. Wouldn't it be cool if?
Yeah, usually that conversation begins with, you want to do what? I mean, there are a number of technologies that are either new or improved in Dungeon Siege 2 that were not present in Dungeon Siege 1. There's a whole set of technology that's there to enable content creators to make more interactive sequences, to create more custom content faster.
There we go.
Yeah, there was a big switch from a graphic standpoint. I think people are going to really get jazzed. Like the fact that we've increased the visual quality across the board everywhere in DS2.
So the vision for DS2, we wanted an evolution in terms of the look. We were pushing for something a little more gritty. Sitting down with engineering and design, we talked about what we wanted to accomplish. Where is it heading visually? Kevin Pun is our art lead, and he's an amazing artist, and he does a fantastic job carrying out the vision of Dungeon Siege.
Just really excited about the project so far. We want to have even lusher environments, kind of like a much more epic feel. We have a lot of artistic freedom to do what we like. I do a lot of the character design along with Scott.
First, we start off with a basic drawing. Usually, we'll do a concept sketch of the character we're going to model. I usually scan them into the computer. It's basically the blueprint for the character. And from this blueprint, we can start painting on this bitmap. Well, this is basically the final model or mesh of the character I generated, but eventually I end up with something like this.
Right here I have the mesh of the character, which is what you'll see in the game. The rig is what we actually animate to deform this mesh and to get the engine to see. This is all done over time, and it's basically just moving and translating these bones to get the desired effect or desired look we want. I just like making things move, trying to get as much character as I can in there.
I'm a character artist. I work on a player character doing armors. I start off with a 2D sketch so that either myself or one of the other artists on the team can actually make textures for the models in the game. character. Rewards for player characters are a big deal, and the armors, the things that the character wears, are a really big deal. It's exciting to look at your character being cool.
This is what we gets handed down to us from design. We go into a 3D program and actually design it. It's just a wireframe made of polygons. Once we're happy with that, it gets to a point where we actually put the artwork on. And then lighting gets added to it and atmospheric effects like fog and light beams, as you can see there. And then all the foliage, and then of course the monsters. You want them immersed in the environment. You want them to really be absorbed and believe it.
We like to put a lot of creative freedom in the hands of level design and art. We'll just kind of give a general idea of what's happening in the story and then let level design kind of use their expertise to come up with the layout.
This is Chris Burns. He's a level designer. He's going to show the process of getting nodes into the game and working with them in the level editor.
All right, well, we received the assets from the art department, which include nodes, which are the basic building blocks of the world. We build the world in these chunks, but it's actually made out of all of these snap-together blocks. And we can manipulate these to form pretty much any kind of terrain feature we can imagine.
It's actually fairly simple geometry that over the top we use DirectX 9 shaders with normal maps. And it's basically a layered process where we take 2 or 3 normal maps and scroll them over each other, and it then gives, through the shader, gives the effect of light reflecting through water.
It is all the little touches that matter, that convince you that it's all real.
Tuning and balancing is the process where the designers will go into the game and look at the path that the player walks and check kind of where the monsters are along that path, what level they are, and tune them so that they kind of match where the expected level of the player is. What do you think about, like, you know how sometimes you got power combinations?
I'm a believer. I'm from the school of play the game. And don't just play the game for 5 minutes. Play the game for 20 hours. You want to get the answers? The answers is in playtesting.
Let's talk to some of the guys playing and see what they think.
It's a little bit different in the UI. Right? Some badass animation.
Better enemy AI.
Dungeon Siege!
The gamer today is savvy. They're sophisticated. They understand what's good and bad visually. So you have to stay on top of it. You have to be playing games and watching movies and watching where the trends are going constantly.
E3 is the largest trade show for interactive entertainment in the world, and it is the place to be if you want to announce a game, because just about every press representative is going to be there. So, you know, from print, web, TV, they're all going to be there. But essentially what happens is somebody like Chris Taylor is in there in a situation where he's either one-on-one with a high-level press person, or maybe a one-to-many type of situation, where he's generally giving them a demo of the game and then taking your Q&A.
The Dungeon Siege franchise is all about action-based party combat.
It's a really good opportunity for the development team to kind of show what they have already to the public and get some feedback. They can just see reactions from people. I'm always impressed with everyone who goes to E3 and puts in just all the effort, because it is just a lot of work, and a lot of these people who are working the show are artists or testers or designers, and they're not necessarily used to this type of environment or this type of development, and it's just amazing what they can do.
This cutscene here is one of the beginning cutscenes that tells part of the introduction to the story.
I really think people are starting to see that. You know, as we showcase more and more about, you know, the cinematics, the story, the new features that we've added, all that sort of stuff is really getting people excited.
You get such a range of people. I think you get people who never seen the game before, and you show it to them, and they just their jaw just drops, and they're just in awe of what they see. You have people who are big fans of DS, and these guys, they just sit there at the booth and just play the game.
It looks gorgeous.
The engine's very powerful and it's very beautiful.
Yeah, I think that it's fair to say that when people play DS2, they are going to say, you know, wow, these guys have packed a lot more into this game than we really were expecting. That we thought, you know, hey, sequel, take it to the next level. Just pack that sucker.